Yeah, it was a crazy leg coming over here. A whole mix of conditions, everything from 5 knots to 45 knots. Some pretty intense reaching there for a couple days, and congrats to Towill for setting a new Volvo Ocean Race 24-hour record. Not the best result for us in terms of what we were hoping for. Our podium streak no longer continues, but we'll take it, and I think more importantly, we're looking forward to these last 2 legs and continue to put our best foot forward. Yeah, I think we feel just as confident going into this leg as any other. I don't know how much sailing Sci-Fi's done along this particular part of the UK coast. The majority of the fleet in the last race did the around Britain Island race, so we've spent a little bit of time on this coastline, and it's pretty scenic up there by the Shetland Islands and the north of Scotland and all that. So, but I think it'll be a very challenging leg. They're getting a lot shorter and much more coastal sailing, which inevitably means more tacking and jibing and sail changes. So it'll be quite a bit busier, I think, for the crew than being out in the middle of the ocean and being kind of locked into a weather system. And it's incredible to think that this 4 or 5 day leg and then the following 2 day leg are worth just as many points as, say, the 19-day leg from Lisbon to Cape Town or something like that. So it's going to be a big challenge, and I think a shift in the type of racing that we do, but we're really looking forward to it. No, it's incredible how competitive the fleet is, how close the boats are. I think I think you see it every time you feel like you weren't sailing the boat well for a few hours. You see it on the sked, and it makes the racing really exciting. We're pushing the boats unbelievably hard, and the finishes are really close as well. So I think it's never over until it's over, and it's certainly exciting. I think it'd be a pretty boring race if there was one faster boat and they just always won every leg. So everybody's had their day in the sun, and we're hoping to continue to have ours for a couple more times. Oh, it's an incredible opportunity. When we really were putting this campaign together, we took a strong stance on sustainability and ocean health, and it's been a very core theme throughout this entire project. It's become a snowball effect. So we've challenged all of our partners, our team, the Volvo Ocean Race, other teams to get on board. We've, just as an example, we challenged Musto to take this on, and they've reduced their plastic packaging by over 70%, and it's become a thing that's impacted their entire business. So there really is that's just one example. There's a lot of tangible impact, and I think we're only scratching the surface at what's really possible. So we have a long-term view on this. We really think that we're setting the baseline for how all teams should participate in this event, and really how all teams should participate in sport. And we're looking forward to continuing to build on that in the future. I mean, I think it's safe to say we're just taking it one leg at a time for now, and then I think we'll take a little bit of time and reflect and recap and figure out what's next. But there's been so much success despite a lot of the adversity that we faced in this race that it'd be a shame not to continue the momentum. Yeah, definitely. I haven't spent much time on the foiling boats. Clearly it's just basically if you're not foiling, you're not at the cutting edge of sailing anymore. I've got a foil board for my kite surfer back home, and I'm looking forward to spending some more time on that. But yeah, I think if this race wants to continue to be at the forefront of evolution and design, there's got to be a foiling component to it. Yeah, it's critical. The Volvo and the America's Cup have really, for a long time now, been at the forefront of development, technology, and in this particular edition, that we've lost some of that with the using the boats for the second race. So I'm hopeful that it'll get back to that a little bit, but also trying to keep the sustainability aspect of it in mind. So, while we're designing new boats and building new materials, let's think about where the resources that go into building those boats come from. Let's think about all of our vendor sourcing and making sure that we're using the cleanest and most sustainable products while we do that. It's really this whole mindset that our team's been trying to embody, that you can be competitive at the highest levels of sport, but you can also be good environmental and ocean stewards, and you can do those things together. So I'm hopeful that the race will take that on and that we can be a part of that process. Yeah, potentially, but I'd happily trade places. We've actually, one of our goals at the beginning of the race was to be the most consistent team, and up until this last leg, we've podiumed on every leg that we finished, and when we've had to stop, we've been in a podium position as well. So, I think we've for the most part achieved that goal. Without some of our setbacks, we'd certainly be right in there in the mix for the lead. And the situation is that we're sort of out of contention. It probably makes it a little bit easier for us to sail looser, maybe take a little bit more risk and just have some fun with it. But certainly love to be up there gunning for the podium.